What's really interesting is that what just happened in news that has left an entire generation of people now unable to discern truth from fiction. This is about to happen to money. How do you know money is valuable? This thing I have in my pocket, it says Central Bank of blah blah. It's backed by blah blah. The nation, the queen, the king, the parliament, the GDP of my country. Most of my understanding of money comes from myth. It is just barely removed from the level of myth that is Santa Claus. And as part of that, we adopt these preposterous ideas, such as, but Bitcoin isn't backed by anything.
That's going nowhere since
Just a quick follow-up on that. Do you have any concerns about a large nation state that has interest in just actively destroying Bitcoin?
Now, here's the thing. Long before we get to that point, they figure out that if they just let this stuff run, they can actually get some Bitcoin as a reward, because the incentive structure actually works. And so, what are they going to do? So they take over and they fork the blockchain and they go somewhere, right? They've created an alternative blockchain. Great. What are we going to do? Who's going to join the NSA blockchain? Anybody want to jump on FedCoin? So we're all going to stay on the old fork, and we'll carry on with our coin, and they can go mine whatever the hell they want on their alternative blockchain. They achieve nothing. They can't make protocol changes, and it would take $1 billion to pull the most ridiculous Keystone Cops failure in history.
I'm going nowhere. Somebody help me, please. I'm going nowhere. Somebody help me.
You're giving faith, your full faith and credit. And your full faith and credit is based on absolutely no rational thinking other than you somehow believe in this thing that's printed on it, the full faith and credit. This sentence is going to become increasingly untenable, not just in the hotspots, not just in the backwaters, not just in the developing nations in the third world as we used to call them, but in many places simultaneously. $220 trillion of debt. Say that the phrase, the full faith and credit, is ringing hollow all around the world. And what happens when they can no longer shore it up? Because Bitcoin is not going after replacing national currencies. Oh no. It's doing something far more dangerous. It's encouraging people to put their savings outside the system. And that is the worst thing you can do to a system based on full faith and credit. We are taking away the credit and the faith.
Does anybody remember laughter?
The human race has lived for thousands of years with money. Seashells, glass beads. One day we'll look back and we'll kind of chuckle at pieces of paper and we'll wonder, how did the human race get this far?
Hush, little
You be listening to some guy, you say,
Bitcoin is so stupid. Come on. It's all crashing. I mean, it's a Ponzi scheme. It's preposterous.
The
Same
stock
with
market
stocks,
isn't
yeah.
stock a Ponzi scheme?
No, because
think
it's
it is.
based on companies that actually have a product to sell. Bitcoin was started or
this guy is fucking stupid!
This is an extraordinary period for America's economy. We are in the midst of a serious financial crisis. Over the past few weeks, many Americans have felt anxiety about their finances and their future. I understand their worry and their frustration.
My family members are in dire straits.
We've seen triple-digit swings in the stock market.
They have been turned down for food stamps.
Major financial institutions have teetered on the edge of collapse, and some have failed.
We no longer spend any discretionary expenses, that's gone. But the bills keep coming in.
As uncertainty has grown, many banks have restricted lending. Credit markets have frozen.
I have no income coming in. I've had to move in with a parent.
And families and businesses have found it harder to borrow money. And the federal government is responding with decisive action.
Fixture on Wall Street, Bernie Madoff, he told senior employees yesterday that his business was a giant Ponzi scheme.
He also happens to be a former chairman of the NASDAQ stock market, charged with running a $50 billion Ponzi scheme. This is one of the biggest fraud cases ever.
It used to be someday or then, in a closet in your heart. Exit light.
January 3rd, 2009, the world changed. Bitcoin, an invention created on January 3rd, 2009 by an anonymous creator, unleashed as an open source project, built by a community of volunteers, run as a peer-to-peer network, derided, laughed at, ignored for the first 5-6 years. Not so much anymore. People are beginning to pay attention. People are beginning to notice that this is something more than what they are told. And what are they told? Drug dealers, pornographers, criminals. Guess what? That's what they said at the first conference in 1993 about the internet. They were wrong then, they're wrong now. And every time you meet someone who is a dentist who uses Bitcoin or a hairdresser who uses Bitcoin, it undermines that silly narrative. Bitcoin is a protocol.
Those who understand Bitcoin buy Bitcoin, and those that don't criticize Bitcoin. The world's full of people that criticize it. They criticize it because they have not yet grasped the paradigm shift. And if it hasn't clicked for you, you'll have 10,000 criticisms. Everybody is against Bitcoin before they're for it. They're against Bitcoin because they don't understand it. It's a moment of clarity and courage. Clarity when you realize that you need to break with your convention, with your ceremony, with your rituals, with all of your history. Everybody gets Bitcoin at the price they deserve. Everybody gets Bitcoin at the price they deserve.
Can't tell if this is true or a dream. Deep down inside I feel the scream. Oh please God, wake me.
Cheesy, saucy, tossy, Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza, better get you some. Now I'm talking about
$800 million.
Yeah.
So, okay, sorry, let me just get this straight. You spend about $800 million on pizzas.
Well, if you look at today's exchange rate.
Are there nights you wake up like in a cold sweat where you think, I could have had $800 million if I hadn't bought those pizzas.
I think thinking like that is not really good for me.
Honey, you know it makes you mad. Why is everybody telling everybody what you have done? Let them make music on this night.
What exactly is going on here? Is this the greatest technological innovation and explosion of innovation? Or is this the greatest load of hype ever arranged around a technology in the history of technology? When you are being presented with something and it calls itself a blockchain, how can you tell? Blockchain or bullshit? If you can replace the word blockchain with database, it's business as usual. It's not decentralized. It's not borderless, neutral, censorship resistant, open. It's just a database. What's really exciting is the possibility of fundamentally changing the way we allocate trust on this planet, opening up the ability to collaborate, transact, engage on a global level with everyone that doesn't care who you are or where you came from, that doesn't require permission to participate or innovate. People are examining this market and they're grasping and reaching out in darkness. When you have a brand new disruptive technology, you can't see the margins. This is about more than money. It's about debanking all of us, creating a tsunami of innovation. We're going to see this play out.
I'm just a poor boy, nobody loves me.
I sure could use a vacation from this bullshit. Look at this!
Scooby-Doo, if you come through, you're gonna have yourself a Scooby snack. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, here are you. Shh, you're ready and you're willing. We can count on you, Scooby-Doo. I know we'll catch that feeling.
Hey guys, it's Nick. I just witnessed a very dramatic price crash in Bitcoin, all the way down to 1 penny.
Just another motherfucking day.
This one time, Bitcoin went from 6 cents all the way to 36 cents, and then it crashed down to 21 cents. And then another time,
Don't hold back.
The exchange rate right now is 30 cents, 10 Bitcoins. That's the purchase price. PayPal's going to charge 39 cents in fees.
can't create more. It's mathematically impossible. And you know, a lot of you are skeptical, a lot of you don't believe in the Bitcoin system, and that's fine. I would suggest you take $1 frickin' dollar, buy some Bitcoins, put it in a goddamn wallet, put it fucking away. Okay? I'm sorry for swearing, but it's just $1.
One Bitcoin is equal to about $8 US. Right now it appears that it's going up.
Have you heard of Bitcoin?
What?
Have you heard of Bitcoin?
Spell it.
Bitcoin.
No.
Say it, baby.
Say it, baby. Bitcoin went from 85 cents all the way to $29, and then it crashed to $3.
The supply of Bitcoin is determined algorithmically based on a geometrically declining supply function, meaning that in the beginning, every 10 minutes, 50 new Bitcoin are created. So every block, the heartbeats, 10 minutes, created 50 new Bitcoin. This Bitcoin is used as a reward in a game theory-based security model that ensures that every transaction is independently validated by completely anonymous actors who have to stake electricity as a guarantee of the security work they've done. And if they succeed in doing the security work of validating transactions correctly, they earn, as a reward, based on a probabilistic return, 50 Bitcoin every 10 minutes. That's how currency is introduced into the economy. Every 4 years, it gets cut in half.
Ooh, yeah.
I'm right here watching history be made. Bitcoin is now up to $111. It's an all-time high, and it's continuing to rise. I've seen it break 3 times today. It went up to 110, and this is the highest that it's been. It's ridiculous. That's amazing to me.
And then another time, Bitcoin went all the way to $213, and then it crashed all the way to $70.
I'd rather own Bitcoin if you don't think that this thing is going to rip. When Brazil goes through devaluation, when the Indian rupee continues to get crushed, when you have all of this money trying to get in and out of these countries where there's massive, political instability or monetary or financial instability, you're being naive.
Think about the notion with this 21 million Bitcoins that could be created, and as we see acceptance, I understand already the FEC has allowed political contributions to be made in Bitcoin. So this is a development that's already in process. But if this becomes a standard currency or tool, it could radically and dramatically transform the role of central banks, monetary policy.
64-year-old Dorian Satoshi Nakamoto emerged from his Southern California home Thursday and walked right into a media frenzy, hours after Newsweek magazine claimed he was the mystery man behind Bitcoin.
I'm not in Bitcoin.
Over a meal of free sushi, he continued denying he was the computer whiz worth an estimated $400 million. In fact, he said he hadn't even heard of Bitcoin.
I have nothing to do with Bitcoin.
So what would you suggest to this committee in terms of regulation, if any?
This technology needs time to breathe. It needs time to show the full potential of what is possible with decentralized programmable money. Until that time, wait until the technology is better understood by all of us, because a blanket treatment as if this is just a currency, which it is not, it is a network for money, a treatment as if there is only one application, the Bitcoin currency, which it is not. There are many applications based on this model.
And then another time, Bitcoin went all the way to $1,100, and then it crashed all the way to $239. So the moral of the story is, don't buy Bitcoin, because you know it's going to crash again.
I want to talk about the 5 stages of grief. I was at a conference talking to people about Bitcoin, and if you say that to the average person on the street, they're going to look at you and then they're going to take a very subtle but firm step away from you, just in case you're going to, I don't know, throw cocaine at them or something. So the mainstream awareness right now is that we're all a bunch of degenerates, porn addicts, drug users, potentially terrorists, though we're not sure, it depends. Some of us certainly, in this room. And this is the mainstream perception. This is the first stage, denial. And denial happens with all innovative technologies. It's that desire to dismiss change, especially if that change is strange and scary. What we're seeing now, they've moved from denial to anger. So angry about the terrible things you can do, right? Because Bitcoin is all about, now it's all about funding ISIS, right? So who here has contributed to ISIS recently? Okay. Sorry, I raised my hand there because, you see, I pay taxes in the United States. And I don't know if you've noticed, but ISIS is driving M1A Abrams tanks and Humvees with the American flags hastily sprayed off. So, strictly speaking, yes, I have funded ISIS through the US Department of Defense in US dollars by leaving behind a lot of nice equipment and pallets of dollars and things like that. And when I fill up my car and that money goes to Saudi Arabia, I also fund ISIS that way, so oops. But I'll tell you this, I've never funded ISIS in Bitcoin. So let's keep that straight. But that's the kind of question that comes up, right? So we've gone from denial to anger. Now, it's not just that we don't want to hear about this Bitcoin thing because it's strange and weird and possibly young people are interested in it, but because now it's scary, so we need to emphasize the scariness. And so now you don't speak about Bitcoin in polite company. So that's the second stage of grief, anger. Now we're moving to the third stage of grief, and this is the most really exciting because this is where things get really silly and fun. And this is bargaining, right? Bargaining. So you start off with Bitcoin is irrelevant. Then Bitcoin refuses to die for 3 years. So now the new line is, well, the blockchain technology is really promising. But Bitcoin, the currency, that's just weird and volatile and you don't want to touch that, right? So we're splitting hairs. This is the third stage of grief, bargaining. And this is becoming the meme of 2015 because now a lot of companies are trying to do this triangulation, trying to split hairs, trying to say, well, we'll take a bit of blockchain, but you can leave that Bitcoin stuff behind. So, have you started a Bitcoin research group? Oh, no, we don't do that stuff. We've got a blockchain research group in our bank, so we're bargaining. And this is really hilarious because the first thing it reveals is that they don't really understand Bitcoin. You can't just cleave off the blockchain technology and say, oh yeah, this is revolutionary. Because it's not. Blockchain on its own is not revolutionary. What do I mean by that? Because some of you are looking at me funny at this point. Why am I saying that the blockchain is not revolutionary? Because the blockchain is a ledger. How old are ledgers? Thousands of years old. In fact, the very first writing that we have discovered around the world, on tablets, on stone, on papyrus, are ledgers.
Well, welcome to the Terror Dome. Lots of people talking, few of them know.
So, what comes after bargaining? Depression. Because the financial industry is not going into this fight ready for this fight. They're going into this fight leveraged up to their eyeballs with the worst reputation they've had in 200 years, with everyone under 18 thinking that banks are the worst thing ever invented. And when you have an entire generation that hates you, and that's exactly the generation that's going to adopt this new technology, and you go into this fight leveraged up to your eyeballs, depression sets in pretty quickly. Now, some of the banks are going to be smarter, and they're going to skip right over and go to acceptance. We saw this with the internet. At first, everyone was banding together. The phone companies were like, we will not let this thing eat our long-distance market. And when that was happening, eventually some of the companies decided they were going to break ranks and turn themselves into internet service providers. Now, this is going to be a lot harder to happen in the banking industry because Bitcoin is a very, very difficult, bitter pill to swallow. This past July, we had our second halving event. As a system, it's designed to have a monetary policy that is purposefully deflationary and simulates the issuance of precious metals. It gets harder and harder and harder to mine gold at greater and greater and greater cost. And Bitcoin is the same. The idea being that less and less is issued over time. If you follow that geometric curve, at some point you reach the end. In the year 2141, Bitcoin is no longer issued. In 2016, President Barack Obama, while discussing cryptocurrencies, said something amazing. He said,
everybody's walking around with a Swiss bank account in their pocket.
Yeah, exactly. It would be as if everybody had a Swiss bank account in their pocket. Yeah. Of course, he didn't mean it as something positive, as something that we should all be excited about. He was fear-mongering. Like, imagine if everybody could have a Swiss bank account in their pocket. Not just my friends, not just all of the other people in Congress, not just all of our lobbyists, all of the executives who pay for our campaigns, all of our weapons manufacturers, CEOs, all of the people I ever talk to, but everyone. Of course, Barack Obama was wrong. Because crypto is not like having a Swiss bank account in your pocket. Crypto is like having a Swiss bank in your pocket, and you are the CEO. Because on your wallet, you can create 1 million addresses and accounts on your little phone, and you can institute international wire transfers. What Barack Obama was saying was the politics of fear. And of course, he's not the only one, right? every single politician is singing the same tune. And this idea is that privacy is something that in the hands of the people is dangerous.
Okie dokie. Now lots of people talk. Pretty few of them know.
Well, everybody's heard about the bird. Some people are really fucking stupid. Did you ever notice that? How many really stupid people you run into during the day?
And it may be, it may be...
Don't your clients want crypto exposure?
No, I don't believe any client has sought out crypto exposure.
Really?
Yes.
But at some point they might. Do you need to be prepared?
I don't, at the moment, no.
It's interesting.
God damn, there's a lot of stupid bastards walking around.
Daughter bought some Bitcoin and it went up, and she thinks she's a genius now. But it's I did refer to it as like the tulip bulb crisis of the 1700s, whatever.
Carry a little pad and pencil with you. You wind up with 30 or 40 names by the end of the day.
Why is Bitcoin a fraud? Yeah, so separate blockchain, which is a technology, from Bitcoin.
We are very excited about blockchain technology.
I don't care about Bitcoin. I could give a shit. I could care less about Bitcoin. I don't know why I said anything about it. The blockchain is a technology, which is a good technology. We actually use it. It will be used for a lot of different things. God bless the blockchain.
Have you developed a view on Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies? And what is BlackRock doing about them?
Well, I believe in blockchains.
Look at it this way.
But here's the reason. Governments, the first thing they do is form a currency. They like to control the currency. They control it through a central bank. They also like to know who has it.
Think of how stupid the average person is, and then realize half of them are stupider than that.
And then all of a sudden, the DOJ, the United States government, all these people in Washington who profess to love technology and novelty of Bitcoin are going to change their mind.
And it doesn't take you very long to spot one of them, does it? Take you about 8 seconds.
So crypto, sterling, euro, yen, they're all fine. I don't personally understand the value of something that has no actual value.
Mamma mia!
How old is money as a technology? It's not thousands of years old, it's hundreds of thousands of years old. We've seen 4 major transformations in the underlying form of money, from physical objects like beads and feathers, to pressed precious metals coming out just about 5,000 or 6,000 years ago. And then over the years, that being transformed through many civilizations, including Greece, where I come from. And then we start seeing the evidence of paper money that is an abstraction of this precious metal. And then in the 1920s and 1930s, we gave up on the precious metal part and went for just paper. And then Bitcoin happened. Bitcoin is a fundamental transformation of every aspect of money. Saying that Bitcoin is a currency is like saying that the internet is email. Currency is just the first application. Bitcoin is not money for the internet. Bitcoin is the internet of money. And currency is just the first app. Bitcoin is not money for the internet. Bitcoin is the internet of money. And currency is just the first application. Why is it so hard to grasp what Bitcoin is? Because it changes many of the fundamental aspects of money, and change is difficult. Now, the name is terrible, because it has the word coin in it, and a coin is the most physical form of money you can imagine, and Bitcoin is the least physical form of money you can imagine, and so that can be confusing. start getting the calls, I know you've had them, where someone calls you up and they go, "Are you okay? I saw on CNBC that Bitcoin crashed. It's destroyed, it's gone, it's down in the doldrums, it's a mess. Are you okay?" It is extremely ironic when people call you up and they go, "Are you okay?" Because we heard it crashed. The price tanks. The meetups start getting roomy again. The phone calls stop. Some people start laughing at you again because they're like, "I told you it was crazy magic internet money that would crash." And the cycle repeats. You're in S&P index funds. Are you okay?
Don't buy Bitcoin because you know it's going to crash again.
Bitcoin is worthless artificial gold.
White man came across the sea. He brought us pain and misery.
About 5 years ago, we asked Charlie Munger, we were sitting right there, what he thought of Bitcoin, and he said, rat poison. Back then it was about $100+ per Bitcoin. Today it's 9,000. Is it still rat poison?
Well, probably rat poison squared. Rat poison squared.
The fool is like a person drowning in the ocean who refuses to grab the life preserver you throw them. Instead, they keep thrashing and splashing and going under. They touch the hot stove repeatedly and then wonder why their hand is burned. A fool is not someone who lacks intelligence. A fool is someone who refuses to learn. They make the same mistakes over and over again. They ignore advice. They reject wisdom. The difference between a wise person and a fool is very simple. A wise person learns from experience. A fool does not. You cannot save a fool. Only life can teach them. Only the consequences of their own actions can break through their stubbornness. And if you keep intervening, you prevent those consequences from doing their work.
Money is myth. It is central bank blah blah. Central bank of blah blah.
Everybody is against Bitcoin before they're for it. Everybody is against Bitcoin before they're for it. If you want to understand Bitcoin, you reasonably scratch the surface in 10 hours. You start to understand it in 100 hours. Bitcoin is the fastest growing, most disruptive force in the world right now, objectively speaking. It went from $0 to $1 trillion in 12 years. That makes it the most disruptive technology in your lifetime, in my lifetime. More disruptive than Amazon, Apple, Facebook, and Google. More disruptive than anything in our lifetime. Maybe we went back to the automobile and Henry Ford in 1910, we might find something that changed the world in a decade.
Bitcoin, it just seems like a scam. I don't like it because it's another currency competing against the dollar.
El Salvador becomes the first country to adopt Bitcoin as legal currency. Most lawmakers approved the president's proposal to use the cryptocurrency, which will now operate on par with the U.S. dollar. According to the law, all economic agents must accept Bitcoin as a payment option.
Well, so if the government can print the limited amounts of money out of thin air, why do they collect taxes? The real problem is that you pay high taxes only to uphold the illusion that you are funding the government, which you are not. The government is funded by money printing, paper backed with paper, a bubble that will inevitably burst. The dollar will fall, and the Western civilization with it.
The U.S. government can't go bankrupt because we can print our own money. The government definitely prints money, and it definitely lends that money, which is why the government definitely prints money, and then it lends that money by selling bonds. Is that what they do? They sell bonds. Yeah, they sell bonds, right? Since they sell bonds and people buy the bonds and lend them the money. Yeah, so a lot of times, at least to my ear with MMT, the language and the concepts can be kind of unnecessarily confusing, but there is no question that the government prints money and then it uses that money to, I guess I can't really talk, I don't get it. The U.S. government can't go bankrupt because we can print our own money.
The first nation to print their own currency to buy Bitcoin wins. I would take issue with your characterization that Bitcoin is a speculative asset. That's that's a value judgment, or that's a particular characterization. It's a speculative asset if you think it is, but if you think that you're going to lose 75% of your purchasing power by holding the dollar, and Bitcoin is the soundest money in the world and is going up 200% a year every year on average for a decade, a rational person could conclude that in fact it's the least speculative thing you could do. Well, and now you're going to say, well, the dollar's not speculative. Well, it kind of is speculative because I've had a company in Argentina, and let me tell you what happened when I did exactly that. I converted the pesos to dollars, and the government passed a law converting the dollars back into pesos, devalued them 10 to 1. I lost all my money.
Right.
Okay, so it was speculative to convert pesos to dollars, right? So any decision you make with the Treasury has some risk. In hindsight, the least risky thing I could have done was convert the money to Bitcoin. If something's going up 200% a year on average for 12 years in a row, at what point do you conclude that it's no longer riskier to hold it than to not? The point is, if you have the superior asset, it's going up forever, Laura. Forever.
Right, I mean,
forever.
Right, I mean,
forever.
Right, I mean,
Are you okay? I saw that Bitcoin crashed. It's destroyed, it's gone, it's down in the doldrums, it's a mess. Are you okay? Some people start laughing at you again. I told you it was crazy magic internet money that would crash. And the cycle repeats.
Some of those that work crosses are the same that burn crosses. Killing in the name of. Now you do what they told you. Yeah.
The S&P index is simply tracking the currency supply of US dollars for the past 100 years. As when you invest in a diversified portfolio of stocks, you're not making money. All you're doing is preserving the capital that you had. You're not getting poor, you're not getting richer, you're just tracking sideways. You think you're getting richer in nominal terms, but in real terms, you're not. You're not. What's the problem with diversification? First of all, the problem with diversification is selling the winner to buy the losers. And the second problem with diversification is you're not really diversified at all because everything you own is correlated to one currency, which is collapsing. Diversification is selling the winner to buy the losers.
Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Motherfucker.
Forever.
Right, I mean, who are you to wave your finger? You must have been out of your head.
But, is there a price at which you would consider selling some of the Bitcoin, pulling out? So, I mean, because you don't, what do you do with the Bitcoin besides it just gather value?
Well, the real estate developers in New York City, they're not buying the real estate because they want to live in it. They're buying the real estate because they expect
because
that
they
it's
want to
going become
sell it
more
eventually,
desirable.
Michael. I mean, let's be honest. Most of the people who are, yes, sure, some people pass it on to their children, but most of the people who are buying assets at some point want to sell the assets at a profit. So
let me say it a different way.
Okay.
People that use fiat currency as a store of value, there's a name for them. We call them poor. We call them poor. People that use fiat currency, we call them poor.
Don't your clients want crypto exposure?
No, I don't believe any client has sought out crypto exposure.
It's interesting.
Foot in mouth and head up, asshole. What you talking about?
I believe Bitcoin is legitimate. It is an instrument when you believe that countries are debasing their currency, debasing their currency by excess deficits. And if you have an opportunity to invest in something that is outside your country's control, then you can have more financial control. And so I'm a major believer that there is a role for Bitcoin, and I believe there's a great industrial use for it, and I think a lot of people are missing that.
Everybody is against Bitcoin before they're for it.
I don't care about Bitcoin. I could give a shit. I could care less about Bitcoin. I don't know why I said anything about it.
If the customers want to use it and how they use it and it's used properly, we'll be doing it.
Everybody is against Bitcoin before they're for it.
Bitcoin, it just seems like a scam.
Hello, Bitcoiners. Thank you very much. Hello. It's good to be with you. It's good to be with you.
Everybody is against Bitcoin before they're for it.
Who are you to wave your finger? Who are you to wave your fatty fingers at me? You must have been out your mind. We've been shades of indigo, trapped without a reason. We've been shades of indigo. Liar, lawyer, mirror for you. What's the difference? Kangaroo be stoned, he's guilty as the government. Now you're weeping shades of cows and indigo. Got lemon juice up in your eye. Now when you're pissed all over my black kettle, you must have been.
In 2012, you'd need 30,000 Bitcoin to buy this house. A decade later, it had only cost you 20 Bitcoin. And
And today, it could be yours for $5. If home prices keep falling in Bitcoin, why do they keep rising in dollars?
You must have been out your mind.
Dude, you can send money over the internet without a bank. Dude, Bitcoin's a scam.
It's decentralized. No CEO. It's freedom money.
Isn't that what drug dealers use?
You can hold your own money and no one can freeze it.
Bitcoin's still a thing?
This is just the beginning.
It's a bubble. I'm not buying that.
Bro, there will only ever be 21 million Bitcoin.
Didn't China ban it again?
Bitcoin just hit $100,000.
I guess it's too late to get in now.
We are here in this blockbuster headline panel with so many folks here to talk about crypto. I think it's the first time that it's really had top billing like this. So I'd love to introduce our distinguished panelists for this discussion. Umar Farouk is the co-head of global payments at JP Morgan. Durjan Chia is the managing director of the Monetary Authority of Singapore. You know Kristalina Georgieva, the managing director of the IMF. Jeremy Allaire is the CEO and founder of Circle, and Ajay Banga is the president of the World Bank.
Thank you, thank you.
And it's really great that we have everybody here because I think everybody comes from a very different perspective. We've got the stable coins and the traditional old school banks and the central bankers and the IMF and the World Bank. So it's really great for us to talk about the future of finance, crypto, regulations, opportunities, risks. Managing Director Georgieva, is the future of finance crypto?
The future of finance, for sure, is digital. We know that digitalization is moving very rapidly. We know from history that finance is very quick to take advantage of technology. So much has happened so fast. It was year 2008 when the famous paper of author unknown on Bitcoin was published. Today, Bitcoin is a dominant part of the crypto assets, and crypto assets represent 7% of assets in the United States. $4 trillion from 0 to 4 trillion over a relatively short period of time. And actually, when I go back in history, remember 2009, Bitcoin comes to life, 2010, 2011. How much was one Bitcoin? 1 cent.
Should have bought it.
1 cent. So how many of you here are saying, I wished I bought $100 of Bitcoin then? But the message I want to convey is that at that time, it was a completely new thing. Not much trust was put into it. And over time, we got to a point when crypto assets, these digital assets from a decentralized blockchain without central authority, are $4 trillion equivalent. Can I ask the audience a question? May I?
Yes,
Yeah.
in the final minute.
We are running with 3 seconds. Okay, audience. Are you more comfortable now with the world of tomorrow after this panel?
Okay, can I ask a question that's related?
Are you or not?
Anyone more first?
Are you more comfortable or are you more scared?
They're more scared. No one's.
Okay.
So we have done our job. You know, you got everybody to be deeply thinking of what the future would
Okay,
bring.
show of hands, including the panel and the audience. How many people own a stable coin, a Bitcoin, a Ethereum, some sort of crypto or digital currency? MD, are you raising your hand?
How can I talk about something if I don't touch it? So, yes.
At what price did you buy Bitcoin?
So, how can I talk about something if I don't touch it?
Bitcoin is not asking for permission. We forgot to do that. And so we will proceed in banking the entire world without asking for anyone's permission. This protocol is now spreading. The world is now connected. Finance is now an application, and money is a content type. Welcome to our new planet.
Some say the comet will fall from the sky, followed by meteor showers and tidal waves, followed by fault lines that cannot sit still, followed by millions of dumbfounded dips in, and some say the end is near. Some say we'll see Armageddon soon. I certainly hope we will. I sure could use a vacation from this stupid shit, silly shit, stupid shit. One great big festering neon distraction. I've a suggestion to keep you all occupied. Learn to swim, learn to swim, learn to swim. 'Cause mom's gonna fix it all soon. Mom's coming around to put it back the way it ought to be.
How do you know money is valuable? Most of my understanding of money comes from myth. It is just barely removed from the level of myth that is Santa Claus. And as part of that, we adopt these preposterous ideas, such as, but Bitcoin isn't backed by anything.
Time to bring it down again. And don't just call me pessimist. Try and read between the lines, and I can't imagine why you wouldn't welcome any change, my friend. I wanna see it come down. Bring it down, suck it down, flush it down.